Dawg the Vapor Hunter. I found my vape. It's right here. Dawg. What the fuck am I doing with my life? Did you guys really think I'd do this review and not let Dawg the Vapor Hunter make a guest appearance? Alright guys, today we are taking a look at the Dawg RTA by Alex from VapersMD and asMODus. This device was sent to me by asMODus for the purposes of this review. Won't change how I feel about it or the information that I provide. Also, I just want to take a quick minute and thank asMODus personally for sending me a number of different items to review. It really helped the channel and allowing and trusting me with my opinions of your devices. So thank you. Without further ado, though, let's take it down. We're going to break it down. We're going to break it down, and I'll show you the Dawg RTA. All right, guys, we're down low with the Dawg RTA by Alex from VapersMD and asMODus. Really like the presentation of the device here. It comes in, I guess you could say like a watch, like what you would get a higher end watch in. On the top here it says Dawg RTA, your color configuration, asMODus on the side, VapersMD, asMODus. On the back has what is in the box and some warning information, your scratch and check for authenticity, serial code, and Dawg RTA in the color configuration. All right, inside the box here, you're going to open it just like you would a watch. You get the presentation of the RTA on top. Move this out of here. Underneath that, you get some user instructions for the RTA. Information, if you're not familiar with how to fill and wick an RTA, it's something you might want to look over. We'll go over that, though, on the down low when I break it apart. Here is some extras for the RTA. You got some spare O-rings, gold-plated deck screws, and a set of fused claptons by Oni Coils. Always a nice touch. It's necessary to put coils in these for somebody who is a coil builder, but I think it's really, really nice that they put an extra set in there of usable coils. Make sure that you wash and clean those before you use them. They are mass produced, so there's going to be a little machine oil or just some dirt and grime on there, and you don't want that in your lungs. Another thing about that, really one of my pet peeves is, I don't know, I like them that they're put into a nicer type bag here. It says asMODus on top. I know it doesn't really matter at all, but it just does show a little attention to detail and a little better presentation than just putting them in a white plastic bag with a little ziplock on top. You also get an extra spare glass in there, and that's pretty much it for all the stuff that comes with the RTA. Let's go ahead and break it out here, and we're going to take a look at the Dawg. Dimensions on this: 25 millimeter diameter. It is 39 millimeters. Just the tank portion, when you add the drip tip, it is 46 millimeters. 100% stainless steel construction. It comes in 4 different colors: stainless, black, gold, and as you see here, blue. 810 drip tip on top here is replaceable with any other 810 drip tip you possibly have. We've stepped around. Delrin 810 drip tip has a nice beefy O-ring there in the middle, holding that drip tip in there. 3.5 milliliter juice capacity for this RTA, which I think is suitable. It's not huge, it's not small. If it had a bubble tank, you could add more juice, but the deck is small enough that it gives you enough capacity for a little extra juice. 3.5 will get you through, for me, get me through about half a day. It is top fill, so you can just refill it here by unscrewing the top cap here. Really nice threading, nice and smooth, good construction. It's nice and heavy, so it feels solid. Again, it's all stainless steel, so it's a very solid construction. You can see there the machining on it. Really well done. Nice and clean. Looks really nice. All right, 2 big fill holes there for your juice. Airflow control on the RTA. You got 6 of these 3 millimeter holes, 3 on one side and 3 on the other. The airflow control is nice and smooth. You can close it all the way down to 3, and it does stop. So it won't spin all the way around. It goes till it closes and then stops. You can open it up for 1. Let me see if I can let you guys see that. 1. There's 2 open, and then 3. And you'll notice it turns nice and smooth, but Here's the deck of the RTA. It is a dual coil RTA, which not really my thing. I prefer more of a single coil RTA with limited or restricted direct lung, or mouth to lung actually. This is a direct lung dual coil RTA. They do a really good job of maximizing the space on this RTA. A couple things to note right out of the gate. These are 4mm airflow holes here. Huge airflow holes on this deck. The posts are 4mm apart, so you can fit in fairly large coils. With those post holes are pretty big. There's no reason you couldn't vape a 0.1 build in this RTA with the right coils. You can get even if you wanted to vape higher, you could get a 7 or 8 wrap fused clapton, which is how I vaped it. Installing coils on this RTA is a breeze. You got nice big post holes, as I mentioned. One thing I should mention is these are hex screws, gold plated. Will improve your connectivity to the actual coil. On the install, you're going to want to install, obviously, from your positive over to your negative side. Once you install them, you're going to want to pull them back over the airflow here. You don't want it on top of the airflow or too close to the airflow. You don't want to smother the airflow, but you do want them in front of or on top of the airflow with, let's say, 2 or 3 millimeters of distance between the actual airflow and your coil. When you wick it, you're going to want to really thin out. With all RTAs, I'll give you the same advice. You're going to want to thin it out as much as you possibly can. You've got really big juice holes here and really big well for the flow of juice. If you look here, you've got 4 of these. They're actually really, really nice size all the way around the RTA. So wick, it's a breeze to wick. It really is. And if you thin out your cotton, you cut it short enough that it's barely touching the deck here, you're really going to get a good wick from it. And that's one thing. I had very few dry hits. Once the cotton was broken in, it was a really, really flavorful vape. Even if you were to vape it 6 or 7 times in a row, you're still getting a really, really nice flavorful vape. So let's throw together some fused claptons here, and I'm going to go ahead and install wick. And I'll bring you back up top. We'll have a couple of vapes on it, talk about the good and bad stuff of this RTA. All right, guys, we are back up top with the Dawg RTA. Going to show you a little vapor production. This is with two of those 3mm holes open on either side. It is a 0.28 fused clapton build, and I'm vaping it at a whopping 84 watts. So, what do I like about the Dawg RTA? Right out of the gate, I will say this, and I mentioned it when I was on the down low. I've never been on the down low. Never, I take that back. No, what I mentioned when I was showing you the devices, I'm not a dual coil RTA guy. I think it's kind of an overkill. I think a single coil RTA with restricted direct lung or mouth to lung is more my style. Now, there's a lot of people in the market for direct lung RTAs. Sub-ohm tanks are typically direct lung sub-ohm tanks, correct? So an RTA is kind of a step up from that, where you can put your own coils in it and control your vape a little bit more. And quite frankly, I'm not saying all this stuff, negative stuff, to tell you that this is a bad RTA. To the contrary, I wanted to say how impressed I am with this RTA, even with the fact that I'm not a dual coil RTA guy. The big things with RTAs are, do they leak, and is the flavor any good? Well, this checks both those boxes. I've used this now for about a week, and it has not leaked one time. It has not leaked when I filled it. It has not leaked while I was vaping it. It has not leaked while it was on its side or in my console of my car. And the flavor is absolutely fantastic. When I first wicked the RTA, I put in a juice that I'm really familiar with, and I typically do that with every review I'm going to do, just to get an idea of if I can taste the same notes that I do with a lot of the RTAs that I use quite a bit, and it nailed it. Every single one. I was actually really taken back with how good the flavor is. As the cotton broke in and as the coils broke in that I installed, the flavor just amplified. So it doesn't leak, has great flavor, moderate juice, moderate juice. No edit! Moderate juice capacity with 3.5 milliliters. A dual coil deck, which for a lot of people is something that they really like. Good construction, stainless steel, with really good threads and good machining throughout the RTA. And extra glass. This is a win for me. This is a good RTA. My only negative for this RTA, and this is being really, really nitpicky, is that they did not provide a bubble glass. That's something they could add to it and maybe gave it a 5 milliliter juice capacity, or maybe even 5.5 milliliter juice capacity with that bubble tank. But that is really nitpicking. There's nothing in the construction or what is in the box with this RTA. There's nothing in it that is a negative for me. This has been one of the hardest products I've ever reviewed to find negatives on. So I'm not going to sit here and nitpick it anymore. If I was to rate this RTA on a scale of fail, complete fail, to excellent, I would put it at great. This is something that if you like dual coil RTAs with big airflow and excellent flavor, this is certainly one that you can pick up. You can pick this up at asMODus.com for $44.95. It comes in black, blue, gold, stainless. If you want to see more of me, which I hope you do, and if you want to see more of asMODus products and you want to see some really awesome stuff, groundbreaking stuff in the vape community, join me on the Vape at 5 o'clock Eastern time every day, Monday through Friday. Well, not every day, but Monday through Friday. On this YouTube channel, Vape at 5, I'm the host. We have featured builders. We have coil building. We have tutorials. We have little advocacy. We have giveaways, lots of giveaways. I give away stuff every week, trying to get more people to watch. Live chat with some of the greatest people in the community. Really appreciate everybody watching. After the video, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate it. Hit a like, leave a comment. Let me know what you'd like to see, what I'm doing well, and what you absolutely hate about me, which I will completely ignore because I'm perfect and awesome. I'll see you soon on the Vape at 5. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We'll see you soon. You can pick this RTA up at asMODus.com. It's about $45. Again, it comes in blue, gold, black, and stainless. If you like this RTA, It's not an RDA, it's an RTA. If you like RTAs, if you like RDAs, if you like me, which you should like me, I hope. Fucking atomic dog. Dawg the Vapor Hunter. I found my vape. It's right here. It's an RDA. I designed for you. I didn't design it. Why do I look like a complete dickhead? Thanks for watching.